Stand to see the brains on the concrete, the mamas out there crying, the blood, the paralyzed bodies. We go out there with our eyes closed, shoot out these windows, walk by, do our shoot, but we don't see the aftermath, and it hurt. It used to just hurt me because it was the homies. But now I'm on every trial. I'm down in the 20s, I'm in Watts, I'm in Compton, all in my homies. Everybody fall, I'm hurt. I don't pass by this yellow tape like it don't bother me, like it's not my business. Because you can pass by some yellow tape not knowing what it is and go home and get a call talking about your little brother got killed and not knowing I was here in that yellow tape that you passed by. We too desensitized to what's going on. Right now, a lot of the young homies, they got this saying, on God, I don't care. What God you talking about? What you don't care about? The homies don't care. We used to care back in our time. We had a different stupidity that we was doing. Right now, everybody numb, don't care. It's them over anybody. We killing in our own tribes. It's a lot going on right now that's watered down. And we want to bring that back. We got big homies here that we look up to and respect that did this stuff. And the reason why you doing it is because 30, 40 years ago, somebody started this. So you got to respect that lineage and understand where this history come from. So with that being said, I got a passion for this. So it sounds like I be angry sometimes out here when I be on this peace day because I'm mad.
So y'all, I'm here at Peace Day. Skip Townsend Peace Day, man. We have had a breakfast for Crips and Bloods. Only got about 3 or 4 youngsters over there. The rest is older cats. Youngsters knew about it, they didn't show up. I ain't even mad at them though. These Crips and Bloods, older cats, 30 and older, 40, 50-year-olds. We're just trying to capture these 20-year-olds, man, and 30-year-olds. They didn't show up. They was up till 4, 5 in the morning on Instagram, and they just didn't show up. But shit, we still here. We still here though. About 80 individuals, 85 people all together. There's some still in the building, outside just eating together, taking pictures. I'm gonna tell y'all what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna post on YouTube the biggest picture of Crips and Bloods. Biggest picture of Crips and Bloods that's not in prison. That wasn't in the penitentiary. This is on the street, 76 and Central. That was Jaime Rare Breed, back street now.
This is
Baby Spike from A-Trail talking.
Zach told me about what he was doing over here, and Doc, I went and met them and actually sat in on one of their meetings that they had with rival functions. And I remember telling him that we need this on the west side. I mean, you know, we need this on the west side. There is brothers on the west side that's willing to come to the table. So it's just an honor to be right here, especially with my man Ron. Me and Ron entered prison together at 20 years old, both coming from this business out here. We met there. And we was cool. So the highlight of this is that we had no idea we was ever coming back at that time. They wasn't letting no lifers out. And I always believed that until they let Big Spike out, there was no way they was gonna let me out because I followed his footsteps. But 20 years later, I sat in his shoe after assaulting another inmate with a weapon, and I began to think, man, is this who my mother wanted me to be? How did I go from this systematic violence to where I was trained to battle my own kind, but then I get here and they tell me that you better not disrespect him. If you disrespect him, my friends, my people's gonna get me. So that was one of the biggest things that I had faced with when I entered into prison, because I had grown so much hate, so much anger towards my rivals because of what happened to my family. But while sitting in there, I had to really sit down and figure out how did I end up going left instead of right? And I can trace back all the way back to my trauma. My sister getting kidnapped, raped, beaten, stabbed 60 times with a throat slit at 8 years old. So I had reasons to hate. But what I didn't know was that I was just another generation passing through something that was already created through my elders. So it had me thinking even more. What if the first generation homies had some type of conflict resolution as we have today? Imagine how many lives would have been spared. How many people sitting in prison right now wouldn't be sitting in prison.
Hey, what are we doing out here, man?
Man, we out here collaborating, unifying, and empowering, man. Crips and Bloods hanging out together. Really fellowshipping, breaking bread, man. Ain't nobody here with no malice on their heart. Nobody got guns, wanna kill nobody, man. We out here trying to bring peace and love, man.
What sets, man? You know, any neighborhoods out here? Which ones?
Man, we got Backstreet Swans, 8-Tray Gangsters, East Coast Crips. We got villains out here. We got Rams out here. We got Rolling 20s out here. And we out here, man.
Rolling 60s too.
We got Rolling 60s out here. We got Broadways out here. We hanging out, man. It's a big thing.
Hey, you been in any arguments?
Nah, we just talk loud because we black folks, man. But other than that, ain't no disputes, man. We settling stuff, we squashing things, man. We got hurt on our heart, we looking for healing, that's all. That's all.
Video. Y'all gonna make my YouTube, man. And y'all came together too, man. How you feeling, brother? How you feeling, brother? That's a leg.
Happy birthday to you.